eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, with a hallowed Lombardi trophy in the building, it's a battle to raise it at midfield between the San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kate Scott, Brock Hewlett up here in the booth, everybody. Honored to bring you this Super Bowl. And might we see a little history here tonight, partner? One side on the verge of their first Lombardi trophy. But to win it, they've got to go through somebody who knows what it takes. They have been to the mountaintop before.
And we all know that narrative can be a blessing, also a curse. They enter this game with a different type of momentum. A team without a title on the verge of finally achieving it. But with that momentum, sure comes the weight of expectations. What is that sideline feeling? We'll be watching it, can't wait to bring it to you. And handling that pressure will be an enormous key.
Everyone's set, and the Super Bowl has officially begun. Isaac Gorindo to return. This makes it up to the 25. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
Kate, I can only imagine what's running through his mind right now. What an arduous fight across the entire NFC postseason to get to this moment. But I think this is one of those moments that you just go back in that backyard as a kid and you close your eyes and you dreamed of when you were little, and you're living in it right now.
Purdy throwing here to start. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
On the counter, McCaffrey. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. Stopped by Foye Oluokun.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Tight end, motioning right. Purdy setting up that play action. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So they're left facing third and long.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
On third down, Purdy. And it is intercepted, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Ooh, offense catches a break there. So they couldn't throw for it on third down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Well, here he is, Kate, in the role that I and so many other quarterbacks dreamed of being in during our careers, leading the AFC champions out on a Super Bowl Sunday. The journey? Well, it's only become more difficult every step along the way, from the regular season through each rung of the playoffs. And it's prepared him for the moment he's walking in right now.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And this one's going to wind up less than a yard from that first down marker, Brock. Play gets it up to the 43.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Lawrence here running the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
That's good.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Here's ETN on first down. We'll have him gain about a handful there. And it's Alfred Collins cleaning up that play.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On second down, it's ETN. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
ETN on 3rd down. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. On 4th down, here's Lawrence. He's got it to his running back. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. So they go for it on 4th, partner, and they get it in a big way, 25 yards.
And the Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
15-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Jaguars 7, 49ers nothing.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Sky Moore on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Well, Brock, this game, like all of our games this week, one piece of our John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend. A way that the NFL and all of us here at EA Sports honor a legendary figure in the history of this game on a holiday he held dear. So for Brock, myself, everybody on our great EA Sports crew, hope you had an excellent Thanksgiving, everybody, and a great weekend of football. 49ers to the line, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Purdy. Connects on the crosser. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throwing catches, I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. Ran into a wall that time. Couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Pass brought in by Jennings. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
And the 49er first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. From the gun, McCaffrey. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Purdy on the play action. Reeled in by George Kittle. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that gives the 49ers the first.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. The motion receiver left. From the gun is Purdy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And he brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers cut it to a lower point on the scoreboard. Well, Brock, we don't see this often, but love it whenever we do. The fullback, the target on that one, and he ends up with 6.
You're absolutely right, Kate. You don't see fullbacks utilize that much, but man, when you do have a weapon like that, it stretches a defense so thin. Big time touchdown. Yes, by a fullback.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point.
1.
Right down the middle. It's good. And the 49ers tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. LaQuint Allen to return this. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's 2nd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Once again here, 2nd and 10. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage is waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's caught. He's got Washington. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's good for a Jacksonville.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Again, it's Lawrence to throw. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. Here comes the screen for ETN. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And he's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. That's 1 quarter gone on the biggest stage of them all, the Super Bowl. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Santa Clara coming up. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Lawrence now off the play action. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Throwing again, here's Lawrence. Trying for the deep ball. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Motioning left is their running back. Throwing is Lawrence on third down. Looking Myers, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's another Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Quick to the left, it's caught. He'll have a little, not a lot. Ball to about the 25. Bernardo Green with that tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. Just couldn't get outside quick enough to take that D-line out of the picture, and one of those guys impressively got on the edge and caught him.
You know what's scary in this game today, Kate? When you watch the combine and you watch these 280-pound DNs that run like 4.6.
Yeah.
I am really thankful I don't play quarterback in today's game.
3rd and long for him here. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Little knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Moore with a return. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. He's got a gain of 6 there. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
1st down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's tackled after a nice pickup, but we've got a flag down. This could wipe that play away.
Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So this is going to be 2nd down and long following the holding flag. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Here's Purdy to throw. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Awareness. That's what I call it, Kate. Awareness. You got to have a game awareness and understand the situation. 3rd and long, you should never take a sack. Put the ball in play or throw it away, but don't take a sack in that situation.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. Parker Washington to return this for the Jags. And now he's going to call for the fair catch and take it just beyond the 30. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10 from the 32. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
First and 10 now from the 46. Lawrence to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First down throw, Lawrence. Completed to his running back. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Short pass brought in, and he's taken down at the 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Jaguars have a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Hits him on the in route. Well, a little, not a lot. Ball to about the 25. Jason Pinnock there on the tackle.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes, you can get to win-win.
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. He gets a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10. From the red zone now. Brought in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
5 still to go here. This is second down. From the gun, ETN gets it. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Third down, Lawrence to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable in an incomplete.
Facing fourth down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. They're going to mark this as a 24-yarder. Little knocks it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Moore with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First call here coming from the shotgun. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
It's going to be 2nd and 3 when we return from our 2-minute warning. More from Super Bowl 60 and Santa Clara in just a moment. 2nd and 3 now. Purdy looking to throw. Oh, he loses the football. Picked up by the Jaguars. Won't manage anything after the recovery, so that is where they'll take over after the fumble.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learned in the game of football, and almost every one of them, Kate's going to say the same thing. Ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
The Jaguars down running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Etienne gets it on the draw. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. John, well done there.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
He gets this one to Strange. And he needed a little more room to reach that line. The stop is made in time. That brings up 4th down. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. On 4th down, here's Lawrence. Got his man. Thomas has it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. So they come through with 6, and they're rewarded for going for it on 4th down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to the air, Lawrence. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Caught just shy of the goal line. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow their lead just before halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Jaguars bump the lead up to 13 points.
49ers 7.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Moore with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. They could use something to trim that deficit and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. He'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They get the timeout called. We've got 5 seconds remaining in the half. First down from the 42. He's back to throw. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a two-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Final halftime adjustments of the season are out of the way. It's time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. This is Allen to return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Here come the Jaguars, taking the field on offense to start the third. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. We'll start the second half with ETN. And he drives that ball backward on a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. Gets this one to Myers. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So first down from the 41. Here's a give to ETN. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Parker, Washington. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Throw here, 3rd down. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst, but that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
For the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
Has the distance, but headed well left, no good. And their lead will remain at 13.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
So here come the 49ers on offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Now Purdy. Completes it downfield to Pearsall. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. Finds a nice lane there, and that's good for 6 yards.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he stops, give him about 7 on the play, and give his offense a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Again, here's McCaffrey. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
This is maybe one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal. Now motion him out of the backfield. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers start the 2nd half with some needed points. Brock Purdy with the touchdown.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good creative quarterback, one that can extend a play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers get it back to within 6.
20, 49ers 14.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Bayshul and Tootin now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. The touchdown dropped this back to a one-possession game, so they're hoping to get some breathing room right back here. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Here comes the screen for Etienne. And he'll work this one up to the 28. The Amador Lenore there on the stop.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now it's Lawrence. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
6 yards to go here. It's third down. To the air on third and long. Past the line, he's going to run for it. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
So first down from the 41. Now toss it to Etienne. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
49ers with an extra defensive back out there for this third down play. They'll throw, third and long. He's making a bid for it. Lawrence is hit, the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they can't cobble a return together, but they do have the football. They've got it on their side of the field.
Man, that run was looking so good for him, but you'll see QBs don't always tuck it away like running backs do. That was loose, ball away from his body in a prime position to be knocked free. That's exactly what happens once that defender catches him downfield.
The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
You've set it downs for them from the 31. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly marked up too.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. Back to McCaffrey on second down. Rolling into enemy territory. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that one.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
If there's ever a play we can call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They stick with McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on third down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Gets him on the in route. And this is going to be short. Quick stop by the defense to bring up 4th down. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. The 49ers have it, and hopefully have some points ready to salvage hopes of a record-tying 6th title. Well, simply put, Brock, they absolutely need to have the conversion here on 4th down. Desperation time here. Kittle makes the catch. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. That was a big 3-yard gain because of instead of a turnover on downs, partner, it gets him a first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down here at the 16.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Leading 4 here on 3rd down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught for the first. He has the San Francisco touchdown.
San Francisco.
The 49ers come through to tie it in the 4th. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
All right, time for the kick that he has dreamt of his entire life. And the kick is good, and they've taken the lead in the final quarter of the Super Bowl.
Makes the score Niners 21, Jaguars 20.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. This is Allen to return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this 4th quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set. And it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Lawrence working from the gun. Little off centers, man, just couldn't adjust to it. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
On fourth down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. '49ers to the line. First and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Dumped off to his running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Purdy will sneak it. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
A gain of a yard. First down.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a first down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment than this one later.
On the toss, it's McCaffrey. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
It is phenomenally tough to block this guy in a passing situation. Well, equally as tough to block him out there on the edge. He chased that toss down, and I don't envy these guys trying to block that monster today.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun is Purdy. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Third and long for him here. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
So out now comes the punter. Thomas Morstead will kick it away. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he will get to that 30-yard line before they stop him. They gain 11 on that play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Throwing on 1st down, Lawrence. Walking the tightrope there, but he makes the grab in bounds.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He made taking away that quick slant look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route. It was Johnny on the spot.
Third down, Lawrence to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes she runs so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important third and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Jacksonville in punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And now taken down after he advances this up to about the 43. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
From the gun, McCaffrey. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up, shift the momentum a little here in the fourth.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Purdy throwing here. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. He'll throw it. He's got the first down grab and still going. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. Keeps it moving. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grow the lead to 7. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers grow their lead to 8.
Niners 28, Jaguars 20.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Tootin now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. They have a chance to tie this game back up, but they got to get this to the end zone first on a touchdown, and then again on a 2-point try. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. The big play nets him 17 yards. That's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's good for a Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Jaguars 8 points behind. 1st down from the 42. Etienne again. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Tight end going in motion here. Here he is to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here he is to throw. Able to find range here. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 from the 43. Back to throw. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
A gain of 9
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
He'll look to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he gets this forward to the 19. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Setting up to pass. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes them. It's going to be 3rd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Looking to throw it. Looking Myers, and he's got it. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Jaguars 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Had the chance to escape with a pick. Defense got to buckle down now as they line up for second down. Back to the air, Lawrence. And he sails that one over the end zone. All right, so defensively, you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
Makes the catch. And it's not over yet, football fans. He scores, and now a 2-point conversion will force overtime. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
So the ultimate drama in the Super Bowl here, partner. They need this conversion to tie it up and keep this thing going. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. And they won't converge. The pass falls incomplete. They needed 8, but only got 6, and they remain down by 2 in the Super Bowl. So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. And the 49ers are going to get this kick. They're going to hang on for the win. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. No timeouts remaining here, partners, so they can just run out this clock. Here's a design run. And once again, we're going to have a party in the Bay tonight. The San Francisco 49ers are Super Bowl champions. This is what we all hope every year when we get to this point, Brock. We hope for the drama. We hope that the game lives up to the big stage that it was played on. Close at the end. Really just 1 or 2 moments in there that decided who was going to be the team waiting to receive the trophy.
Yeah, you just feel, don't you, Kate, that every single bit of that Lombardi trophy had to be earned here tonight. But not just tonight, not over these 60 minutes, It was every practice throughout the season, every tough battle they fought on Sundays from September to January, battle-tested. It was all that work that made them capable of earning the championship tonight.
So for our entire crew here at EA Sports, for my partner Brock Heward and myself, that's going to do it on another fantastic NFL season. We cannot wait to